The Woman Who Fell to Earth was pretty much the exact type of story that I expected Chris Chibnall to tell with his first episode as head writer and showrunner of Doctor Who. As I concluded while making my massive Chris Chibnall overview video, he appears to be an analytical type of writer. He'll typically look at what's worked before and combine the right elements to make sure his work's as broadly appealing and functionally sound as possible. And while that's not exactly the most creative approach, it's definitely the safest bet, and that appears to be why the BBC gave him this job, so hey, job done I guess. The episode follows the same basic framework as Rose, Russell's first episode, and the 11th Hour, Stephen's. Newly regenerated Doctor shows up in city/town on Earth, meets new companions/companions, while bad alien shows up in city, raises a few eyebrows of locals, including new companions/companions, Doctor stops alien, takes companions/companions with him/now her. I suppose that's why I'm personally kinda lukewarm on it, because I'm too familiar with the formulas he's using. It was a pretty decent hour of television. I did enjoy it. I can't see many people disliking it, but nothing in it really surprised me. I mean, I didn't expect Chris to reinvent the wheel or anything, but after having seen this sort of story told so many times before, it just played out like, this is what a new Doctor plus new companion story typically looks like, so this is what we will do with it. I mean, yeah, it's only the opener, you gotta get the audience on side with a new Doctor, and you can't exactly expect them to blow their load right away. Previous series usually wait a few weeks before they do something really spectacular, and no, I'm not totally unreasonable. As said, I think it's functionally sound. And I do think it's a bit premature to call Chibnall's iteration of the show shit, good or average based on a fairly standard series opener. Oh, wait a sec, sorry, I'm just being handed a note. Oh shit, yeah, I forgot. Yeah, apparently I'm supposed to do at least a paragraph on the Doctor being a woman now because people expect me to have some sort of opinion about that. Okay. I'm a girl, the Doctor's a woman now. See, she was a man, and then she wasn't. I'm a girl, the Doctor is a woman now. Okay, done. It feels appropriate to give such a tiny amount of attention to the gender switch myself, because that's about as much attention that the episode gives it, and that is precisely the right approach. There's one or two lines, the pronouns have been swapped, and that's it. This allows Jodie to just glide effortlessly into this role. There's some nice and bouncy and sparkly dialogue. A few of the Doctor's jokes genuinely made me laugh out loud, and she's easily the best thing about this new version of the show. The story she's been given is kind of bog standard, which, as said, I expected, and it's not too massive a gripe if you're less old, bitter, cynical and desensitised to pulp sci-fi like I am. But she did feel like the Doctor to me already from the second she appeared on screen, which is an impressive feat in itself. Oh, and I love that she makes her own new sonic screwdriver out of a spoon and some old crap she finds in a garage. That's just the essence of Doctor Who distilled right there. It was a wonderful little scene. Though while I thought some of the dialogue was warm, friendly and inviting, some of it did feel a bit stunted and expository and like it was just flat telling us facts about these characters.
Do you ever think he's going to call me Grandad? Give him time. 3 years we've been married. And you've never been happier.
I mean, yeah, dialogue is supposed to be an enhanced form of real-life discourse that allows the viewers to pick up aspects of the character in our story, but it kind of takes me out of it, because when he says,
3 years we've been married,
I just expect her to say, yes, I know, I was there, remember? I'm your wife. That's why I haven't really managed to form much of an opinion on the companions, because they didn't really feel like fully formed people to me yet. They just sort of felt like Chris holding up his action figures in my face and going, this one's name is Yaz, this one's name is Ryan, and this one's name is Bradley Walsh. Sorry, Graham. I know that people are going to accuse me of nitpicking here, so to offset that, now I'm going to talk about something which is so blatantly nitpicking that hopefully I'll get away with it. One thing that got stuck in my brain throughout the runtime was the fake YouTube sidebar videos in that opening shot. Most of this was because my internet connection couldn't handle the HD and it was stuck on loading for ages, so I had extra time to dwell on it, but these aren't real videos for the record. I just think it would have been cool if they had been. Does anyone remember Clive's website from Rose? It was really cool to go and Google it and find that it was a real site, which is still online to this day for the record. I may be overthinking this, brackets I definitely am. I kind of want to see Secret Pigeon's Guide to Success, whatever the hell that is. That sounds amazing. I don't know, maybe it's just because I love inserting colourful little Easter eggs into stuff I make, but aside from the secret pigeon, this sidebar just looks a bit bland. Sorry, do they really think that a video with the title Grumpy Office Blog, Weekly Complaining Bulletin would get 110k views? Actually, wait a sec, does anything similar come up when I type that in? Hang on a sec. Wait, anonymous official YouTube channel? Oh my god, is this a sign? What is Chris Chibnall not telling us? Is this the left tits agenda here? Questions need to be answered. Okay, I'll stop pissing about now, but the only reason I am is that the whole Doctor hunts down pitch-shifted alien, and then alien removes helmet, and the two of them exchange stunted dialogue that explains everything, is so unremarkable that I might as well just obsess over piddly little details that don't really matter. Chris's last episode for Doctor Who, The Power of Three, also ended with Alien reveals itself and Doctor and Alien just flatly exchange stunted dialogue that explains everything. Alright, so it's simple, but that's good, isn't it, Stuart? Steven's stuff got too complicated and bogged down in the history and lore of the franchise. Everyone was kind of expecting this recalibration to a simpler version of the show, just a nice little unchallenging sci-fi story that can just sort of wash over you, and yes, I would agree. If that hadn't kind of been what Season 10 already was. This grand reset to simpler stories with simpler structures kinda already happened last year. You had the cute, quaint family drama stuff, which was a huge part of the Russell era, and again, it doesn't exactly feel all that new. To me, at least. Maybe it did to you. It kind of felt like them slapping tried and tested elements together, and hey, they got to build up goodwill, so, fair play to them. So the bad guy takes people's teeth for trophies, because he comes from like this warrior species and they have this lore and stuff. The whole noble warrior thing is pretty overdone in Doctor Who, but I suppose the teeth plugged into his face thing's kinda cool. What do kids fear? Going to the dentist. Makes sense.
Now, let me just get one of this young man's teeth there.
Say, I got an idea. What if they had massive heads shaped like human teeth and the race was called the Tooth Fairies? Sorry, focus, Stuart, focus. Plot, review. I would have liked to have seen more of the guy who's taken the weird, massive Garlic spaceship back to his garage. Really interesting design, by the way, really like that. There's some nice little atmospheric scenes that are nothing new, yeah, guy finds mysterious space pod, ooh, what's in it? I was really enjoying them, until the tension kinda gets broken pretty early when you see the pod open, and oh, it's a human-shaped alien in a mask with the voice filter who's marching around the city and he's killing people like he's the Terminator. Yeah. Before you pile in on your comments, I'm not saying The Woman Who Fell to Earth is totally unremarkable. As said, I love the scene where she makes her own new sonic screwdriver, and I love Jodie in this role. Oh, and I also really like this moment here where she gives the bog standard, "I am the Doctor, this is why you should respect me" speech, and the alien just goes, could give a fuck. Seeing how I'm so desensitised to the Doctor gives intense speech trope by now, which has been done to death in New Who for 13 years at this point, it was quite nice to see it broken. Speaking of breaking cycles, getting to an important bit, spoiler warning. So, Ryan's Nan dies and it ends with her funeral. There's multiple ways of taking this. Some may take it as Chris looking at the common complaints about previous showrunners that no characters seem to die and are actually killed for good, and you could construe it as him showing off and going, "See, I can kill characters! And I did it in my first episode. And look, I've got 3 companions that I could potentially kill off in future episodes." Oh, by the way, Bradley Walsh's character is probably going to die in the series finale. I am Chris Chibnall. I will sit atop my pile of skulls. On the other hand, I took this as Chris knowingly playing to his strengths. Chris's strength is being bleak. Being bleak is what he's known for now that Broadchurch has cemented itself as this big deal for people. His strongest episodes of Torchwood were bleak and heavy, or kill characters, and said deaths were well handled.
Billy, are you crying yet?
This, however, felt a bit cheap to me. God, it feels so weird criticising the death of a character now that it's actually happened in Doctor Who after all this bloody time, but it just didn't sit right with me. I was kind of sat waiting for the drama of the moment where she dies to hit me, and it just didn't. The downer ending was also a bit off-putting given how warm and bouncy the bulk of the runtime was. It had its dark moments, yeah, but the death of his nan just sort of feels a bit blunt and conciliatory to me. And it's over in about 2 minutes, and then we've moved on to the Doctor trying on a new outfit and making a device to get her TARDIS back. It just doesn't seem to have a whole lot of meaning to it, and that's kinda why it ended up feeling like it's just been done to prove a point that people can die now. I've seen Chris do bleak, I've seen him do character death with meaning in a short space of time, and he can do it well, but comparatively, this feels like a bit of an afterthought. Look everybody, we can do those emotion things that get the audience to feel stuff. Look everybody, we're at a funeral. That is a sad thing. Please start feeling sad now. I know what people are going to say. Ooh, you're just a hater, you're never happy with anything. Yes, I did want a proper character death for years, and now it's happened and I don't like it, and yes, maybe I will never be happy with anything, and maybe Doctor Who can never do anything right to people like me, and oh my god, maybe I am a Doctor Who hater. Hey. Oh no, what is happening? Oh no, I'm melting! The haters have got me! What am I turning into? Ah!